I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're talking about an inspiring book. It is called Testimony of Miracle. It is written by Hope Stewart. It delivers an inspiring, heartfelt account of her personal journey, reaffirming that miracles are still very much alive today. By sharing her own transformative experience with Jesus, she aims to empower readers like you to embrace their faith and believe in the power of divine intervention. We are delighted to have her in the spotlight today. We thank the folks at Prime 7 Media for helping us put her in the spotlight today. And we ask viewers like you to support writers like her by subscribing to our channel. Hope, so good to see you today. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Oh, the pleasure is all mine. Loved your book, Testimony of a Miracle. What inspired you to write it?
Well, I've had so many experiences of God's miracle in my life that I wanted to share it with the world, for the world to know that Jesus is still in the miracle working business, that he hasn't changed.
Yeah.
I have had so many miracles in my life. I have had lumps in my breast.
Mm.
And when he sent my niece to pray for me, he told her that she should tell me that I must not search for the lump anymore. It will just go. And I forgot about it. I went to Jamaica on holidays and I was lying on my mother's bed. And for some unknown reason, I just started examining my breast.
Mm-hmm.
And when I said to my mother, "Oh, I feel this," and she felt it, she said to me, "Oh, you're going to the doctor. You've got to go to the doctor." And I said, "No." I said, "I will not allow no one to prophesy over me, to tell me what I've got. I will not accept that." And I said to her, "Have you got some olive oil?" And she said, "Yeah." And then we started using the olive oil and prayed. And my niece, she is a prophetess, and she started praying for me and anointing my breasts. And then one day she said to me that she couldn't do it anymore because every time she does it, she's in pain. I said, "Okay, don't worry about it. I'll do it." And then 3 days after she came and she said to me, "The Lord said that she must anoint my breast for 3 days. And after that, the lump will go and I must not search for it anymore." And I did. And then after I returned to London, a letter came from my local hospital that I must come in for a mammogram. I just tore the letter up and threw it in the bin. Another letter came. I tore it up and I threw it in the bin. The third letter came to me from the hospital by the name of Royal London Hospital, which is one of the top hospitals in London. And I took the letter upstairs at home one day and I was trying to remember which one of my breasts had the lump in it. And I couldn't remember. So I decided to search myself. And when I looked up underneath my left breast, there was a scar there about 3 inches long. Wow. Now, there is no way you can have a scar like that and you don't feel any surgery, you don't feel any pain. And the scar was as if the doctor had operated on it. And the lump just went. And that was one of my first experience. Another one experience I've had was like, I've had a bad cough for over 30 years. This cough would not go. And then one day, it just came in my spirit that I should get a glass of water from the top, not the bottled water, running water from the top, and pray over it and drink it for 7 days, first thing in the morning. The third morning, I felt something coming up to my throat and then it stopped. The fourth morning, I did not get the chance to drink the water. I had to run to the bathroom. And when I spit in the tissue, a big lump of flesh came out of my throat.
Amazing.
The coughing went.
Yeah.
The next miracle I had, because I'm a registered nurse, and there was an elderly man at the bus stop, which I spoke about in my book, and I had to escort him home. And he lived another part of London, but we had to take a taxi to get him home. And in the taxi, I knew everybody had gone to, all the other nurses had gone to their bed. And I was up and I said, well, it's 12 o'clock now. I'm going to be late for work. I'm going to be tired and everything. So the taxi driver took the gentleman home. We had to wait for him to smoke his cigarette, wait for someone to come and open the door to let him in the home. And then I said to the taxi driver, now it's my turn for you to take me home, considering that we drove several miles around London. And when I got home, I opened the door and went straight to the clock and look at the clock. The main reason why I went to the clock, because I was going to phone them on nights and say to them, I won't be in the morning. I'm calling out because I knew I would be tired. But when I got in and I looked at the clock, it was 10 p.m., the same time I normally reach home. After circling London, I got home the same time. This Saturday, I went to a church by the name of Restoration Ministry, and the bishop was preaching, and he said he would like the Lord to take him in Moscow 10 o'clock and bring him back to London 10 o'clock, stop the time for him. And I went, well, that's what I've experienced. I thought, I've just experienced that. God has actually stopped the time for me. Another experience I've had was I was going to work one morning and there was no car on the road, no car, no vehicle. And as I was crossing the pedestrian crossing, I just felt a hand in my back and just pushed me onto the pavement. And then I looked, there was a car coming, speeding as if it was an airplane. And that shook me, because even if there was an accident there would have been no one at the bus stop to help me, because it was like 6 o'clock in the morning. And these are the experiences I've had, some of the experiences I've had.
Amazing.
And yes, with that, with the accident, and with another experience I've had was there was a problem with, I had a little problem with a nurse at work. And she said to me, do you know who I am? I said, well, to be honest, I don't know who you are and I don't care who you are. And she said to me, I will show you. And I said, okay, I'm not worried about that. The night I went to my bed, and all of a sudden, it's like the Lord just waked me up and he said, get ready for work, you are late. And I said, okay. And I jumped up and I put my underwear, my toothbrush, everything in my bag to take to work, because I was so late that I could not stop to go to the bathroom. And when I was going down the stairs, the Lord said to me, go back and look at the clock. And when I went upstairs and looked at the clock, it was 5 minutes past 3 in the night. I went on my knees and I started to pray. And I prayed and I prayed and I prayed. And I fell asleep and I had a dream that two angels came and they took me to this lady's house. And when I went to her house, one of the angel went before me and the other one was behind me. And I was in the middle. And they took me to her sitting room. And when I looked up, I realized that she was a high priest in witchcraft. So the following morning, I went to work. And when she saw me, she kept running away from me. She could not face me for the whole day. And I just said, Lord, she cannot stay on this ward as long as I am on this ward, because I am called by you.
Right.
You are my God, so you have got to move her. And the week after, they moved her off that ward and put her on another ward. And after that, they told her they did not want her on the hospital grounds anymore.
Amazing.
These
Amazing.
are the sort of things that God has done for me.
Absolutely. Well, we can see why your faith is strong. We can see that you have witnessed the power of God, the power of Jesus firsthand in touching your life and healing your body and comforting you. And we are blessed that you have put this down in a terrific book. It is called Testimony of a Miracle. It is written by Hope Stewart. It is an inspiring, heartfelt account of her personal journey where she reaffirms miracles that are still very much alive today. Hope, thank you so much for joining us here today on Spotlight.
Thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Oh, the
Goodbye.
pleasure is all mine. And to the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time until next time on Spotlight.
Thank you.